So we already know how to be super unhappy, right? Let's talk about how we can be a little happier by making better decisions. It's hard to make good decisions when you don't feel well, am I right? Feel terrible. It's hard to get out of that mindset. So it's not easy to just jump into being happy, but giving yourself a chance to make good decisions that are just neutral. That would be a step in the right direction, wouldn't you say, rather than being gloom and doom. Because I think gloom and doom isn't serving us anymore. One of the things that I found that was really effective for me, getting outside, obviously, having the sun touch your skin. Sun's real big. Who would have known that just a little bit of sunlight on your skin, right, change your day? Um, Getting physical movement. It's important to get your lymphatic system going. Just moving around. A rolling stone gathers no moss. You heard that one? Well, we can become stagnant, and it's a breeding ground for disease and not feeling good. You already know how to feel terrible. Why not try feeling better? And so I want to give you a couple steps to work on you. First of all, you wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't trying already to work on you. Does this guy have anything to say? Well, we're going to see, right? So here's a few steps that I would do. Um, Working out had helped me to get out of my funk of gloom and doom. And some people hit a point in working out where the lactic acid is um, hurting them. It's the pain's too unbearable, and you'd like to go back to your inner thoughts and say, "See, I tried it, and I told you it wasn't going to work." Well, that little voice likes to be right, doesn't it? Your subconscious, the one that likes to be right all the time. And you told yourself it wasn't going to work, and you proved yourself right. How do you feel now? You won. What'd you win? Right back to your own cycle of not feeling good. That's that master's degree of um, feeling bad. So most people that do work out regularly know once you blast past that lactic acid, there's a whole new threshold of like, wow, through physical movement, I actually feel okay. And that's actually the reward from working out. Uh, I started working out because I'm vain and I wanted to look better, but that wasn't what kept me working out. It was the feeling that I got, after being miserable for so long. Um, I started to feel like, wow, through physical movement, I'm suddenly feeling okay. And the gloom and doom just kind of disappeared all of a sudden. And it wasn't rainbows and butterflies yet, but you have to prepare the mind to make good decisions. So you can't just jump into good decision making, right? You can't just jump into being happy. It's a step by step process. So get outside, stand in the sun for a few minutes, go for a walk. These are things that are through physical activity. Instead of saying, I know this isn't going to work, why not change it and say, maybe this could work? Because a lot of times when you say things in your subconscious, like, I know it's not going to work, you're putting yourself in a box that says there's 0% chance of that working. Why not say something like, okay, well, this guy seems to be a little bit happy. Let's give it a shot. Because until you say, I'm going to give it a fair shot, you're wasting your time anyway. Do you actually want to be happy, or do you enjoy the gloom and doom? Make a decision that you want to change your life. That's going to be interpersonal. Okay, so back to the interpersonal talk. You're not going to feel good at first, but through this activity of movement, you could go for a run. You could, being out in the sun is good, but go for a run. I don't like running. I found that I get a dopamine spike by lifting weights. And once you're past the lactic acid sort of thing, you lift some weights and you feel better when you're done because you're not lifting weights anymore. It's like this. You know how it feels when you need to go to the bathroom, and let's say you're in the car, and it's going to be 10 minutes before you get home, and oh man, I gotta go. You know that relief feeling when you get to finally go to the bathroom, oh, it's one of the better feelings, right? You don't feel gloom and doom when you're pissing and it's just like a physical release. Working out is similar, okay? When you're cranking the guns and it's a little bit of stress, okay? But when you put it down, you're like, whew, it's a little bit of relief, like when you use the bathroom, okay? And it gets your mind off of the gloom and doom for a few minutes. And hey, a few minutes off of feeling bad, we're moving in the right direction, am I right? Now, can you do that all day and feel gloom and doom? No, but we're prepping the mind for making better decisions. Is that fair? Okay, so that's one thing. And I have found that they talk about high intensity interval training. That's great because you get your heart rate up by doing short sprints and then taking a little bit of a break. The dopamine that you're going to create by doing things harder, more physical, isn't proportionate to the amount of exertion that you apply. So working out harder may equal for you feeling better because your dopamine is naturally going to be higher. And guess what? Suddenly you found a way to naturally and healthy feel a little better about yourself. And a byproduct of this is looking a little better, feeling a little better through activity. There's so many people that sit behind a desk now that are miserable because you're like this all day, right? You need to get your cardiovascular system, your lymphatic system flowing, okay? A rolling stone gathers no moss, you know what I mean? So if you're here stagnant, gloom and doom, right? Their physical exertion is going to make you feel a little better. I'm not saying it's going to make you happy, but it's going to give you a fighting chance to get out of the negative and into the neutral where we can work on making better decisions. Okay? So now suddenly I went outside for 10 minutes. I stood in front of the sun. You know, I don't really want to hear complaints about it's too hot, it's whatever. You know, if do you want to be happy? Or, or excuses, we're done with them, right? You want to dedicate yourself to being happy, give it a shot without overthinking this, okay? This crazy guy on the internet told me to do it. I'm going to stand here. That's fine, okay? But it's going to get you out of the gloom and doom. All right? Thanks for listening.